Guys, everybody welcome, and in today's episode I will show you how to make real French onion soup from scratch. First, we're gonna start making the stock, and that is the most important ingredient in a French onion soup.
For you to make the authentic French onion soup recipe, you need to make your beef stock from scratch. For my homemade beef stock, I'm using 8 pounds of bones, 4 pounds of beef and 4 pounds of veal. I went to my local butcher and I got these nice bones. Some of them got some meat on it. I also got some knuckles and shanks. Transfer them into the sheet pan and spread them.
Let's put the sheet pan with the bones in the preheated 425 degrees Fahrenheit oven for about 1 hour to 1 hour and a half. Make sure to wash the vegetables, and now let's cut them. Take 2 onions and roughly cut it.
Vegetables for the stock you don't even need to peel. Just roughly cut them and transfer it into the bowl. Unfortunately, these days, almost none of the restaurants make French onion soup with beef stock like this from scratch. But believe me, if you try to do it once, you will understand that you are missing out a lot.
We will need 3 carrots.
Roughly cut them as well. Adding vegetables into the stock will add extra flavor and color to your beef stock, so make sure to follow every step that I do.
About 4 or 5 celery stalks.
Please subscribe to my channel, press the bell, press notify me to get notified about my new videos.
1 celery root, make sure to wash it because we're gonna leave the skin on.
French onion soup is a comforting staple dish of French cuisine. It's always featured on the menus throughout the France, especially during fall and winter months.
1 parsnip.
I love to use parsnip in my beef stock because it adds extra sweetness and complexity to my stock.
1 leek, and I'm gonna use only the green part.
Roughly cut the leek and put it into the separate bowl. Leek is usually very sandy, so make sure to wash it well before cooking it.
And 2 heads of garlic.
Cut the garlic heads in half and add it into the bowl with other vegetables.
Looks like we got a lot of vegetables, but we got about 8 pounds of bones. And our goal is to make about 8 to 9 quarts of beef stock.
Transfer all the vegetables except leek into the sheet pan. Drizzle some vegetable oil over it and put it in the preheated 425 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 1 hour. My bones are roasted and they look outstanding. That's what will give nice flavor and rich color to our French onion soup. Now let's make the stock. Take a big pot where I will make the beef stock. The stock pot that I got is 12 quarts. Transfer the bones in, take 2 cups of hot water and pour it into the sheet pan. We want to get all the fond from baked bones into the pot. My vegetables are done as well, and add them into the stock pot. Add washed leek, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1/4 of a bunch of parsley, some fresh thyme and rosemary, 3 bay leaves, about 12 whole peppercorns, and about 10 to 15 juniper berries. Pour 8 quarts of cold water and add 2 tablespoons of salt. Personally, I don't like to season the stock with salt too much because I like to adjust the seasoning at the end when I'm making soups, stews or sauces.
So now we need to put the stock on the stove, bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for about 8 to 10 hours. My beef stock is ready. Let's remove the vegetables and then we're gonna strain it.
I was cooking my beef stock for 12 hours. It came out rich and full of flavor. Outstanding base for my French onion soup. Remove all the bones and vegetables from the stock and put them into the colander with the bowl underneath. After you remove all the vegetables and bones, make sure to press it down so that we get all the stock out from the bones and vegetables. Make sure not to throw it away. Just take a look how much stock we saved. After that, strain the stock with a mash strainer. And I also prefer to take a cheesecloth and double strain the stock once again. I like to have my stock as clear as possible. I was cooking my stock over 12 hours. It's cooled down, strained, and now I'm gonna put it into the fridge until tomorrow. The beauty about video editing is that we can skip in time. Next day, remove the stock from the fridge and you can see the fat cap on top of the beef stock. Remove that fat cap with a ladle or a spoon. My stock is clean, rich, full of flavors and ready to be used.
Now let's slice some onions.
Don't be afraid, I'm not gonna be using all these onions. I will need only about 5 pounds of it. Cut the top and ends off from the onion, cut it in half and peel the skin off. French onion soup became very popular in France because onions were inexpensive and available for everyone. For the bread they use stale bread, so onion soup was affordable and designed to nourish the masses.
If you got a problem with slicing the onion and they make you cry, definitely go and get your kids goggles. But honestly speaking, I think it's not necessary for me. You can hear me, I sound way too crazy, and the thing is they became so foggy and I cannot see nothing. So for me, I will definitely remove it. Ugh.
After all the onions are cleaned, thinly slice them. Don't be afraid, it seems like it's a lot, but after we're gonna saute it, they will definitely shrink, releasing the water.
Onions are sliced, now let's caramelize them. For this amount of soup, I will need about half a cup of unsalted butter.
Put the pot on a medium-low heat, add half a cup of butter, pour some vegetable oil to prevent butter from burning, and transfer onions in. The key to good onion soup is patience. Onions need to be seared low and slow, so they sweeten a rich brown caramel color. Saute the onions for about 30 minutes. Make sure to stir it occasionally. Press in 4 garlic cloves with the garlic press. Saute it for about 1 minute. Add 3 tablespoons of flour, mix it, cook it for 2 minutes because we want to cook off the flour taste.
And don't forget to deglaze our caramelized onion with 1 cup of cherry wine.
And make sure that it's dry cherry wine. And reduce some of it. Pour 8 cups of beef stock. One tablespoon of Westchester shire sauce. Couple strings of thyme, 3 bay leaves, season it with salt and freshly ground black pepper. Stir it and cook it for about 20 minutes. While the soup is cooking, let's prep the bread.
Slice the baguette and we're gonna toast it.
Take a French baguette, slice it. Arrange the baguette slices on a sheet pan and toast it in the preheated 400 degrees Fahrenheit oven until the bread is dry and crispy, approximately 10 minutes. Take Gruyere cheese and slice it. Get some Parmigiano-Reggiano and grate it. My French onion soup is ready. Remove the thyme strings and bay leaves. Bread is toasted and everything is ready to finish up the soup. Take oven-safe serving bowls, pour French onion soup in, place couple pieces of toasted French baguette on top, put couple slices of Swiss cheese, add some Gruyere cheese, and top everything with Parmesan cheese. Set up the oven to high broil and put French onion soup in for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, remove the soup from the oven, and what I like to do is to finish my French onion soup, caramelizing the cheese with a fire torch. Decorate the French onion soup with thyme leaves and enjoy it.
The soup is ready, it looks outstanding, the aroma is brilliant, and now let's give it a shot. So much flavor. Guys, I want you to make this recipe. And even the chefs and cooks in the restaurant business, I want you to make French onion soup just like that, step by step. Thank you. super hot, but super tasty.